I'll be the best alive. I'm gonna show you how to do it right. You'll see how you should be living life. But when you do, it's not that hard, really, but I wanna give it up. I'll be the best alive. I'm gonna show you how to do it right.
Welcome back to the podcast for Boston, Men's Hockey Edition. I am Andy Powers, two-time Hockey East champ, 1999 U.S. College All-Star, joined by these two bums, Lukas Gustafsson, Brady Berard. Guys, welcome. How are you?
I'm great. Happy to be here.
Happy to be here.
Thanks, Lukas. I like your energy. Thank you. Thanks for having it. Looking forward to this season. You have the trip to Milwaukee after Christmas. Obviously, the Beanpot's a big part of the schedule when you're at BC. What sticks out on the radar ahead?
I think the main focus for us right now is just be where your feet are. Obviously, there's some things in the future, like the Milwaukee tournament, like the Beanpot, that are pretty easy things to get up for. But obviously, hockey is a really tough league, and you can't really focus on stuff ahead. You got to focus on the now, and I think that's a common memo for our team: is just stay where your feet are and see what happens. And we're focused on UMass this weekend, and hopefully we get 2 wins.
Yeah, kind of building on that. It's a short season, 33 games or whatever it is, so every game's huge for us. And I think this weekend playing UMass, they're a good team. It's going to be hard-fought battles every week. But I think, like you said, Beanpot's always something the younger guys are looking forward to, but we're kind of trying to tell them to stay in the moment, build every day in practice, and just play hard every night, because every night's going to be a battle.
Now, let's talk about your road to BC. I mean, obviously, it's a little different. You know, Brady, you talked about it coming through the transfer portal. Lukas, you were in the USHL via Cushing. Mm-hmm. How did you identify BC as a destination? What was kind of the push you over the edge to choose BC?
I think since I was a kid, I always wanted to come here. I played a youth tournament here when I was really young. I think it was 10 or 11. We played a game here at Conti, and I told my dad, I was like, I want to go here. And he was like, well, you're not good enough, so you better get better. But I also had a relationship.
Sounds like dad speak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that kind of, ever since then, and then right when they offered me after my sophomore year at Cushing, I was like, I can't say no to it. So it was a dream.
Of course. And your dad has Hockey East. He scored the game winner for Maine in '99, a Frozen Four that I was in, to win it. So it's good that somebody in the family went to a reputed college.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, Brady, you came through the portal. You talked about your time at Providence. You know, in this day and age, the portal's kind of more common than it used to be. What was your decision like? How did that process play out?
Yeah, I think obviously my 2 years at Providence were awesome. I love the school there, love the guys there. But when I decided to enter the transfer portal, kind of wanted to stay on the East Coast near family and friends, obviously. And I think BC was a top destination for me coming here, but obviously it worked out. But I think I was kind of tunnel vision focused on getting into BC and making an impact here, so I'm super grateful that it worked out.
We're very fortunate to have you. You're from a hockey family as well. Your dad's a coach at Stonehill. Your brother Brett is now playing in the American League, I believe, with Gabe Perreault in Hartford.
Yep.
So it's a lot of hockey tradition on both families, and
Yep.
obviously that leads to it. So take me through. Obviously, a lot of people. You guys mentioned that as young kids, you look up to BC, BU, all these high-end schools, and obviously you make it. And it's part of the destination, but once you get here, it's it's still a grind. I mean, It's still day to day. So take me through your day. What does it look like?
Well, usually we have class in the morning. Class is kind of a priority here at BC, so you obviously got to go to class. And then every day, or Monday through Wednesday, we have lift from 1 to 2, and then on the ice for an hour and a half every day. So pretty much at the rink from 12 to 5 every day. So it's a grind, and then got to do school after that. So it's part of being a student athlete. And that's why you go to BC, to get the education and to also play at like a prestigious school.
Yeah, just piggybacking on that too. We most of the guys usually have classes in the morning and kind of get that out of the way, but then you mix in some night classes too. But my days are, again, like Goose said, like just class all morning and then go to the rink and then work out, skate, work on some extra stuff, maybe with the coaches or watch videos, something like that, and then go back, get some dinner, and then do some schoolwork. So it's a grind, but it's healthy because when you're out of college, you're going to be managing stuff like work or whether you're playing pro or whether you're working, stuff like that. So it gets you ready for the real world.
I love it. Both of you guys mentioned class. That's great. I just found out that BC has a library. That's awesome. But you're right. I mean, it's going to be about life management and managing your time and everything. So that's a big piece of it. So both of you, have had success here. You've seen kind of what BC hockey's been about. Is there a favorite memory, or is there a thing that sticks out to you as far as like, wow, I made it? Whether it's your first BCBU game or anything that's really kind of that'll stay in your mind for a long time.
I think for me, my BC moment was probably that first home game last year. Forget who we played last year. First game,
Was it Western?
No, it was AIC. It was
Yeah,
AIC.
First one.
I think that first game was just memorable for me because obviously transferring here, always wanted to put on the jersey, even though we played Michigan State the weekend before. But there's nothing better than Pat Conti, and I think that was just kind of like, wow, like I made it to such an awesome school, and I think that was the kind of turning point for me. It would be like, damn, like I made it.
Yeah, I think for me, obviously playing the national championship was like, well, I'm at BC. You're expected to play at these. But my favorite memory is probably my freshman year, BC 9-6, Jerry York night, going into break, like huge game, packed crowd. I mean, 15 goals in total. What do you want more as a player? There's electric. That's probably maybe my favorite game of all time, I think.
You're a defenseman, right? So you're celebrating 15 goals. Like, I think that's on you.
Maybe. Partially.
That was a good memory. Anytime you beat BU is a good memory.
Yes.
And as seniors, obviously you've been through it, right? And you look back, the time goes so fast. I remember the people that would come to me when I was a sophomore or junior and be like, "Hey, it moves fast." I'd be like, "Those people are idiots. They don't know anything." But then, when you're a senior, you're like, "Oh my goodness, like this is it." Is there anything that you approach differently, whether it be your schedule or on ice or game day, differently as a senior than you did kind of 3 years ago when you were just cracking your teeth in college hockey?
I think for me, just one big thing is like kind of like maintenance, like taking care of your body a little bit more. Obviously, you get older and some stuff kind of wear and tears on you. So I think for me, trying to get to the rink a little earlier and working on some just little stuff like hip stuff, groin stuff like that. And obviously, I think as a senior, like you said, like everyone's like, oh, it goes by so fast. And as a senior, like looking back at it now, like it really did. And obviously, it's not over. It's not even close to over yet. But I think for me is just, again, staying where your feet are. And I think just staying in the moment, being with the guys, just enjoying your time here. You only have whatever 6 months left of being a senior in college. So just trying to take everything and enjoy it as much as I can.
Yeah, kind of building off that, like some days you're like having a bad day. You don't want to go to practice or you're not looking forward to it. But now I only have however much longer we have. But I'm trying to take every day, just have fun at the rink with the boys. Like you said, get in there early when I could just stay in my room. But I want to go hang out with the boys. I don't know. Take every day like as it is and just try to enjoy it as much as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. The days are few and far between. So, take as much time as you can. And obviously as seniors, you look at this year's team, right? And you probably the young guys, and you don't know how the older guys felt about you, but you're trying to do the right thing by them and kind of, take my leadership by the seniors. Well, now you're the seniors. Is this year's team, is there anybody that jumps out to you as far as like, this guy's crazy? Like, I don't know. I've never seen anybody like this.
Probably Landon Resendez.
Yeah.
He's just
That would be
he's an awesome guy, but he flips a twitch, and that's
Blue collar guy.
Yeah, blue collar guy works so hard, like just grinds, but when he flips a switch, you don't really want to go near him. But he's awesome. But that's one guy where I'm like, wow.
And then you got like the foreigners like Cloutier, Radijevic, and Costa. They're just great guys as well, but just hilarious creatures.
Yeah,
That's what I would
literally
describe them as.
Yeah.
So you talk about funny. When I was a freshman, BC, we were bad. And one of the things before the games is I would tell a joke in the huddle. Mm-hmm. And my mom saw a game on TV, and we were all huddled around the net before they dropped the puck, and and I was talking, and my mom's like, "Oh my God, he's leading the prayer. This is great." And then everybody just starts dying laughing, and they break up. She's like, "Oh my God, he's telling a joke." Is there anybody on the team right now that you can go to and be like, "Hey, I'm having a bad day. Like, I just need to smile. Tell me something funny."
I think just Luca Cloutier is just like just accent because he's from Canada, so he's got that little French accent. I think whenever I'm having a bad day, he literally just comes up and says hi to like everyone. And I think just when he says hi to me and I'm like either down in the dumps or like mad, he just burst out laughing because he's just hysterical.
Guy just doesn't have a bad day.
No, never. Never.
Exactly. What's up, bro?
Yeah,
How we doing,
yeah,
bro?
yeah.
You're gonna like those guys.
Yeah,
Like,
love 'em.
there's
Love
never
'em.
any clouds in his life. Like,
No.
What about? So we talked about. Obviously, you guys have had a long, successful hockey careers up to date. All right, and is there anybody? And we can focus on your time at BC. But you're like, for me, I was playing with a bunch of good players, but then Marty Reisner was in my class. He was doing something differently. Then we had Brian Giunta come. I'm like, there's no way that this guy can be any good. He's like 5'7". He was the best player on the ice. Is there anybody that you've played with at BC and you just like, wow, this guy's different?
I mean, obviously you had Will Smith, Cutter,
Yeah.
Gabe, Leno, like all those guys coming through. But I think Voter, like you said, smaller guy, but he just does everything.
Yeah.
He just
goes to the front of the net.
Yep, super skilled,
Stands
smart,
there.
yeah.
Goes into the corner. Comes out with the puck.
Yeah.
Like that shouldn't happen for a guy that's like 5'7".
Yeah.
But he does it consistently.
Yeah.
I think for me, I've really seen a big step in Jake Sondriel's game personally. Yeah. I think this last year he was playing really good hockey, but he just wasn't getting any bounces. But he was working so hard. He's a great locker room guy, and to see a guy like that to just have a good attitude every single day and come ready to work and see obviously paying off now is pretty good to see, especially for him.
See, that's senior talk, right? You're looking at a kid that was a freshman and then took a jump to sophomore year, and you're like, good for him and his development. You're sounding like me.
Yeah.
Like, you're a teammate of his.
Yeah.
Like, you're right there. But you see the guys, like, develop and take that next step, like Dean Letourneau.
Yeah.
Like, he's come a long way in just a
way.
short time. And he's
Yeah.
stronger on the ice now.
Yeah.
You can see the development.
Yeah.
And that's the work that they're putting in on the weight room.
Yeah.
He's a big part of the team, has been for a long time.
Exactly.
Yeah. What does that mean to have a guy like him around?
Again, like he's one of those guys, like he never has a bad day. Like he brightens the room every time he comes. He's so happy. He's like just such an awesome guy, and everyone wants him around. So, he's awesome. So good to have him around every day, and he cracks some jokes too that are pretty funny too.
No, as a senior, as Lucas, you've done it before. You got to bring up the like the bread for mass on the road. Have you done that yet? The bread and the wine.
Yeah. I've had to read a couple scriptures. He did the prayer on Saturday because Father Tony wasn't there, so kind of new to me as well. So, but building on Father Tony, he's awesome. Like guys have the opportunity to meet with him during the week for like 45 minutes, just talk about stuff. He helps you grow as a person, and I think that's his biggest like factor to him is he's just so awesome. And being able like to work with me from freshman year to now, I feel like I'm changed because of him, and I'm very thankful that we have him on our team.
Absolutely. He's very valuable to the hockey organization. Mm-hmm. Now let's step away from the rink as students because you don't get a lot of time, right? And I think that's an important piece of it. Being a student athlete, you talked about the student in class. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of time that you have to dedicate to be a high-end athlete like you guys have done. But you step away from the rink as a student. Is there anything... for me, Marathon Monday was always the best day on campus. Yep. Is Marathon Monday still a big deal on campus here? Is it a fun time?
That's a great time. You wake up at 5 a.m., cross the street, and then just have fun that day.
And then the marathon comes right through campus.
Yeah.
Is that something that you expected when you came? Like, is there anything that you, as a student in student life, you talk about BC as a destination for hockey, but you get here, you realize that the academics are, a focus, and then, student life it's a good time. Is there anything that you've said like, wow, this is great? The mods?
Yeah, the mods. I mean, now being a senior, I got friends that live in there, so I get to go for tailgates and everything. That's another big one for student life is tailgates are always a blast. So luckily we have the opportunity to go to a couple this year. They're always fun. I think the boys always look forward to them. Marathon Monday, like you said, coming in, I didn't really know much about it. Coming from Georgia, I didn't know. I knew about the Boston Marathon, but I didn't know it was a whole, came through BC and everything.
Yeah. Oh, it's a deal, boy.
Yeah, and it was first, those are the days you look forward to coming as a student part of it. Outside of hockey, those those are the fun days.
Yeah, I think for me too, like he mentioned a good part, like the mods. Like I always kind of like knew what they were, but I never really was like, oh, like it. Like when I toured the campus, I was like, what is this? Like this is like the mods. Like
Are these the people that are in trouble or something?
yeah,
Why do they
yeah,
have to
yeah.
live
I was confused. I was like, there's
Got to be
just-
you, right?
Yeah,
I was there. I got thrown out of housing. But
Yeah, that the mods too, Marathon Monday, tailgates, those are all big social lives, and you get to meet students that maybe you have class with or that you haven't really had a conversation outside of class, or just meet random people that you've never seen before. So those are big parts of our like outside of the rink, and we try to migrate to meeting new people too. So it's good.
And the campus has gone through some transformation while you guys have been here. Did you start with the Plex? Was that building here or
Yep.
coming down?
Yeah, that
And
was
now
here.
you have the green space in the middle of campus, so
Yeah.
it's a lot more open campus. I know
Yep.
Marathon Mondays would be more fun. Tailgating, obviously, you talked about a couple times. But the campus is a good place to have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
It is like you said, the mods. Like the other day, I went to my buddies and we grilled wings and watched football on Sunday. Like that was special. Like last year, I didn't really get that. And then you do have those like outdoor spaces. And freshman year, upper, like people always hate on upper, but I liked it a lot. Like there's an area that all the freshmen could like kind of get together and hang out. And I met some of my best friends there, and I'm still with them today.
Is there any piece of advice that you would give to yourself 4 years ago before you stepped on college campus to say, hey, listen, it's going to be crazy, but whatever you do, make sure you leave time for this or really appreciate this as you go through it?
I think freshman year was the hardest because I took a gap year for juniors. So I wish I told myself to kind of create a schedule, like kind of try to balance everything. Like everything came out at so fast. So I think just creating a schedule and creating a routine that can kind of get you in the groove, I think that would be very helpful.
Yeah, I think schedule for me too is one big thing, because I feel like my freshman year I was just obviously scrambling around trying to do so many things at once when I can just stay during the day and just realize what's going on. And I think that's a big thing for me, was just creating like a strict schedule of what I want to do today, how am I going to approach the day, like stuff like that. So
Routine.
routine.
Athletes always need a good routine.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Lukas, Brady, we really appreciate your time. Congratulations on all the success. As a BC alum, we really think that the program is in good hands with guys like you in the leadership role. So we wish you nothing but the best this season.
Thank you.
Life when you do